I can hear you. Your mic is closed. David, I can hear you. Your mic is closed.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. So in short, in page Reish Vav, in the bottom quarter of page Reish Vav, זה רק משום זה המקום הרואה שם גילה יותר מצווה. בעיין שגנד מצד עצמה גם, שהוא קודם לא ילמד לא זה השכר של יותר מצווה. So גנד נמסור, וזה not השכר יותר מצווה, כי המשוך של יותר מצווה זהו השכר. רק שהגילה הזה יכול להיות בגנד, רק בגנד. So גנד זה המקום הרואה, it's a proper platform where you could have the Gila of the Schar, but the Gneid itself was created as a platform. But the Schar itself is only the expression of the mitzvah. The in Schar mitzvah by Halmelech. Yeah. Everybody creates their own Gneid. The in Schar mitzvah by Halmelech. The Gemara says Schar mitzvah by Halmelech to explain why people don't in the story with Elisha ben Avuya that the son, the Shloch HaKan, and everything died right away. Why? It's about Amalek. That's the simple pshat in Gemara. But here it tells you a much deeper understanding of that concept. It's about Amalek. Here, Scham it's a mitzvah. Scham mitzvah is the mitzvah, like we just explained. Mitzvah atzma is hashal mitzvah. The mitzvah itself is its own reward. By Amalek, what does it mean by Amalek? She actually is at a gile azeh. That schar cannot be expressed, cannot be revealed in this world. Gamle Ganein, the truth now, can be in the real now. Gamle Ganein, truth is even Ganein. Kim lost kasher v'chatfu. Only lost it love after shit off and shindal am v'chatfu. The world will reach a higher state, a higher type of being. There, what's going to be the gili? That's going the Chatchuv means, like as I said, it said shit afeshnin ave alme Chatchuv. Bahai alme, that alme that's created within 6,000 years, Mitzvah cannot be revealed. Only Chatchuv after the alma is gone, the world is in a higher state. That is going to be the Gilei Aschar. Rak zivter. So what is in Gan Eden? Rak zivter. That's the expression. Only the ray, the aura of the Terosim Avadosan, Ushachli is Begilei Achshav. What Gan Eden dafka? Even that ziv, again, so schar itself is the whole not in this reality. That's in a different reality. Even the ziv teosim of Adoson, which is only in Gan Eden, it is only in Gan Eden. Even the ziv is also not in our world, but it's in Gan Eden. So the because our world is very megushimdik, very crude and physical material. So to overpower doesn't allow the gil of the ziv tosam avedosam. Where is that ziv tosam going to be misgale? Only in Gan Eden, like I said before. But also despite that, he says we do feel something when we do a mitzvah. What do we have in here? Even less than ziv. So there's two stages. One is called ziv terosan, that's on Gan Eden. But me'ein va'or, we feel even in our own world. Gan Eden, because of its high state, like you mentioned earlier. to move the Michal canal. Gan Eden is that part of the world, which is like the lots. The Ruchni is the side. The same thing. Gan Eden of every world is the higher level. The move the Michal Soil. Yachal Yesham. Agil the Oster Mitzvah. Shazel Schavetz and Shamas. So we finish describing what is the unique thing about the Gan Eden. So the Akal Nicha. Now we answer the question what he asked before. What do you mean that we? What does it mean that we to our Veda are creating Gan Eden? Gan Eden was created before, so now it's answered. Gan Eden, nobody was Atzma Shekadam Lo'elos what they say. Gan Eden himself is Taka, and its own creation that was created before the oil, not only before in time. The Mailas and Madrigas, it's higher than oil. Shum Zem, Makam Gan Eden, Makam R'Dovid Shem Gila Or, the Zivas Avos that is why Gan Eden is that platform, but it could be the Gila of Dosa. That's the meaning of Schar. That's the meaning that we made the Gan Eden. What we made the Gan Eden is we create the Schar in Gan Eden. Gan Eden itself was there before, and to avoid doing the Schar. Now he's going to explain all this from a different perspective. Really, to explain the concept more specifically, in Eksiv, Gan Eden Mikedem. The Ebershter created the world, the Gan Eden, it says, Vayita Avai Elokim. When you get to the rest of creation says, Vaishas Bo Elokim. And the Rosh Hashanah, Vaishas Bo Elokim. Talk about Gan Eden, it says, Vayita Avai Elokim, Gan Eden. Shem Mole, Avai Elokim. That in the Torah says both Shem. It's not only Elokim, only Avai. Gan Eden, Gil Shem Avai. The rest of the world is created for Shem Elokim. Because the meaning of oilam means concealment of Falikus. Not only is our own physical world a state of Anavesta, but even the Elamas Ruchnim, which is a very high level, and spirituality, even that is Anavesta Falikus. And that is the reason why we're finding Chayes Barash Godel. I think this explains in other places, but we say in davening every day. Finding Chayes Barash Godel. What is the Rash? Why is there a Rash? Because Rash. When is a person in the state of Rash? When something happens, he can't grasp. He can't handle it. So he gets all. He starts screaming because he can't handle it. It means it's something which is that's called the rash. If you understand something, you can handle it. There's no reason to make noise. The noise is an expression of something that you can't relate to. So that shows that even the Fani V'Hasakodesh, which are in the Olam is Biyah, Fani V'Chai is really Yitzir Asir, and the Sofim are in Bria, that we learned in my mother before. But the Malach and the Sofim also experience Hell and V'Hasa, that's why they have the rash. What is the deeper meaning of the fact that the elements are the creation of the rest of the world, of all this world, of all these elements, which conceals the the famous statement still says in Pasuk, the Kim is like the Magen, like the shield that blocks, that prevents the light. Aber bei Gan Eden geht schon Havai. Wahrscheinlich Gan Eden, it says Vayit Havai lekim Gan Eden, that the Gan Eden is the Gil of Shem Havai. Meshakosov, Eitzachayim, let's go in another pasuk in when you get to Gan Eden. Meshakosov, Vayit Havai, it says the pasuk Vayit Havai lekim Gan Eden bekedem, Eitzachayim b'Tzechagon. And within the Gan Eden, there's also Eitzachayim, the tree of life. What does Eitzachayim mean? It means he learned the Chayim. It's a concept called Ilana the Chai, the tree of Chaim, which the tree we learned also in the Maimel. I think it was in this sefer. It explained the whole concept that the Elon represents the Madrigas of Shem Havai, the Shoroshim, the Gezer Elon, the Shoroshim, the Anafim, the Paris. That's connected the Eis of Shem Havai. It says, and that's why also the Atzeagan, the trees of the Gan are called Atzei Havai, which because of Izbe Atzei Havai, so the pasuk says the Eitzim are called Atzei Havai, the Koyal Atzei Gan, Mishal Shem Havai, V'Aliyot Megillah Shem Havai. So he goes from topic to topic here, but that's all connected. So we describe how the But the Shem Havaya is in Gan Eden. But don't forget, we just said earlier that Gan Eden, that's Gan Eden on its own. Without that, the Gan Eden as the Eibishter created it. But, yeah.
Simple terms. Gan Eden is a place where there's a reciprocal experience. Whereas everything else, it's a one way. The Shem of the King is din, it's going down, this is or whatever has to happen, these rules.
Yeah.
Gan Eden, because you're saying it exists before any rewards happen, right? So what is the nature that is different? Nature that is different, that over there, when you do something, you see what you're doing.
Right.
But you can't do anything there.
You can't do anything there. What you do is in there.
Down here. So
that
is a place where it's allowed to come back. It's a reciprocal. So
okay.
In other words, there's a reward.
Yeah.
The whole idea of rewards, you work, you get paid, right?
Right.
You don't get paid when you work. You get paid at the end of the week.
Right.
Like people's Gan Eden is on the weekend. Like, when does your money come?
Right.
It's when you finish the work. So there's a place in concept is when you finish, you get the reward.
Right.
And then you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Okay.
So it's like Gan Eden is a concept of getting back. It's a platform for getting back. Yeah. You get points and you redeem your points.
Points. Okay.
No, I'm trying to make it very
Very good. Thank you.
In other words, what is the point of having something before something even happens there, if it's not nothing happened there?
Because it's a place to be ready.
Right. That place is conducive to that type of experience.
Right. Yeah. True. But now it's going to go into the eighth. What does Atzei Havaya? See, it goes into a new discussion. Because Atzei Havaya Lashon Eitza. It's interesting. That Atzei Havaya also connects to Eitza. Why? To the shiur Gil Shem Havaya when you want some Eitza. In order for a person to have experience the Atzei Havaya, in order for Atzei Havaya should be express Havaya in Elamis, there's something called Eitza. Eitza means there has to be a advice. Advice means that help to. It doesn't happen automatically. There has to be a special process for that to happen. Just like an Eitza, the person needs an Eitza means if things don't work, and he has to find an Eitza how to do it. It's similar to what you say that Rav Mashpia Sechel Talmidei tzorich liyos kloyos yaitz ech lashpia. So the kidneys have that specific unique quality that they are kloyos yaitz. They ech lashpia. Again, it can be related to physical kidneys, but in the Maruchnis, kloyos yaitz, that's not so intuition. I just saw yesterday somewhere that the person had a kidney transplant and his personality changed. So, I don't know. That doesn't happen all the time. No, the heart I saw also. Yeah. That's it's not that common. Different. I thought I'm not. No. Okay. We're talking about how.
A lady who's very, very nice and fine and everything else. She became very like a businessman. She got it from a businessman.
Maybe it's a reaction to the experience. You think. But it's possible. Everything is possible. But I just read. Somebody said something. We're talking about Kloyos Yaitz. Somebody said. All right.
What was changed by him?
What was? I'm sorry. What?
What was changed? He had a...
Kloyos means the kidneys. Somebody had a kidney transplant.
So what happened?
What? It's not. Doesn't always happen. Somebody thought a story that caused the person to change his personality. It became I don't know what more. I don't remember exactly what. The point is that it has an effect on the person's. But okay, we don't.
One second.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: the person has intuition.
Right.
We know this concept exists.
Yeah.
It comes from somewhere. Doesn't pop up in the middle of the air. It's in the person.
Yeah.
You have one intuition, I have another intuition.
Intuition.
Hello.
Assuming it's intuition you're talking about. The eighth means the word intuition.
It's related.
Second,
It's related.
second, we're talking about a fact that you have an idea of how to do something.
Right.
A method of doing it. Where did that come from? You woke up in the morning and you picked it up in a book and you downloaded it somewhere? No, it came from somewhere, wherever that place is. Torah tells you that it comes from the players.
Maybe.
How it works, exactly it works.
Okay.
We'll figure it out later.
All right, that's just a marshal. I just remind something. Kumai can leave skill shema weiter is eitel this. Similarly.
Muscle is trying to tell you that there is a place where something does something that it's not the thing itself, it's just an idea of how to do it.
Right. It's a way. It's a way.
No, it's a placeholder for a concept. That's all.
Yeah, it's a way how to do it. Ma, what? Me? Yeah. 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 לא, בגלל הקדש. בגלל הקדש. מה כתוב? שתי שורות משהו? באיזה הקדש? על... נו... כל הספירס, תסבור. Okay. No, he says that Dr. Weiss told the Rebbe that he has a medical explanation. What does it mean? Klois Eritz. So the Rebbe told him he should talk to the Bachim. It says in Tanya, and he goes to Kedesh. It says something there. It says 2 lines there. Yeah. Like sounds like the Rebbe didn't. No, but doesn't look at that the Rebbe accepted. How much Rebbe look kibel at the biur shelo. Yeah. כמו נצח ואויד. לא, כתוב פה קלויס, כתוב פה שחוקים, כתוב פה גם קלויס, אני לא יודע. נצח ואויד ניקו שחוק, יש פה גם, נצח ואויד שתי, שאין קלויס יהיה יצויס, גם טרין בין, דהיין, הדבר החוק, דבר החוק זה, אני שם שכל האף, שלא יומשך כמו ישור, זה בדיוק מה שכתוב פה. That's exactly what it says in Gasa Kodesh, same concept, both. Not also. He says kamoi. It's both. Netzach v'hoid. Netzach v'hoid is the 2 things. The train kloyes, train bain. Then it says other examples. To legs in the Pesach Eliyot. Netzach v'hoid. Train shaking. The 2 in the lower part of the body, there are a few things that are appears, and that's represented Netzach v'hoid. So Alter Rebbe, especially Gasa Kodesh, where he explains all the spheres. So he explains that the end of Klois Eritz is just nice to read it because it's negay what it says here. It says, "Dvar chachma b'seichel ani misham seichel af shelo yumshach kamei sheu seichel dag moed b'meichel v'seichel kishtane ktsas midakos seichel." It should transform. It should change from the way it's very refined. V'isave seichel she'ene dakol kach kedei she'aben yochel aben lekabel b'meichel avanos. So that's a mush. That's exactly what he's going to say here. Then he says, Gam, he brings another thing. Then when he talk about Netzach V'Oid, you're not close. Okay, thank you. All right. Clean the blood. Clean the blood. Clean the blood. It's a different level of cleaning. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's more of a filter. It's all filter.
If you eat sugar, if you eat a lot of sugar, the one that takes out the sugar from the body is the kidneys mostly, 90%. That's why.
So what does the liver do?
The liver provides proteins. Cleans.
But liver also cleans the blood. Okay, so different kind of cleaning.
Toxins out.
Diabetes has to do with kidneys. Diabetes.
Yeah. Most people with diabetes, they know that if they start pushing a lot, they go because their kidneys are trying to get the sugar out. A lot of these new drugs that you do, the thing that helps to bring the sugar down, it forces the kidney to start releasing the sugar faster. So they put the kidney into overdrive. Some of the drugs work like that. So people say, they're not diabetic. They take this pill, they're not diabetic, and they eat all the plastic and they get sicker. And then the kidney stops. And why did the kidney stop?
Wow. Okay.
They were hitting it, telling it to work at night, and then it stopped.
What is the Eitza? So we just said in Tanya, and you said Bekitza Nimrats. What is the function of the kloya? Is that they mitzamtzim, like we call tzimtzum, mitzamtzim, the seichel harav. It should be mitzamtzim in a way that the Talmud should be able to be mekabel. It says Eitza, the other is Shem Havai. So really, the other is Shem Havai. That's their function. Shein Eifan HaHamshacha, the way the order, the way the Hamshacha, the pulling down of the likus, of the not the likus in a vayit. So likus is in a way of tzimtzum, yud tzimtzum eis pashtus. The tzimtzum ayudu, and it's tzimtzum nisalam etzamem nishak nekud achas. The first step is the tzimtzum that you contract the idea to turn into one point, one dot. Nishak nekud achas. And nekud is yam knei rav. Shubchnis nekud klolis. But that nekuda, it's taka nekuda, but it contains a very strong rav. Just like we always talk about chokhmah. Nekuda is a chokhmah. It's like you see a very strong light. It's taka in the state of nekuda. It's not developed, but it's rav. Now the reason why it's with tzimtzum, why is it taka limited? Why is it contracted? Because if that point would be expanded, so they wouldn't be able to accept. And in this case of the
uterus, right?
Yeah,
the uterus is the point of contraction, right?
Contraction.
In order to get to the hay, you have to have the yud. Because if you didn't have the yud,
then the hay will
is going to be explode, overwhelming.
Oh well.
You can't take the whole thing and do it.
Right.
So you have this information. You want to give it up to somebody that's less.
Even to yourself.
Yourself, you have to gather your main points, your key points.
Right.
What are you trying to say? Put them to Nekudas, and then you can write your speech.
Right.
You can't write your speech without knowing what you want to say. To Nekudas.
All right.
Right.
Okay, good.
Because otherwise you don't know, did you really give over the message or not? If you want to test, you have to write your notes.
The very short
outline, right? Like the kitzer. And then from the kitzer, you're going to expand on it and write a hamshach, whatever you do.
Right. Should be more if it would be an expansion way. Means that it wouldn't be able to reveal in a way. Because it's the klolis, that's why it can be. You can grasp the general point.
According to the Makabim.
That's really the next step.
Right.
Okay, I mean, not talking about Makabim, talking even within yourself. You can.
I understand.
Okay.
The concept that it's related to the person that's being massive. In other words, the whole idea of a saga is another.
A saga is the next step, which is Schachvas V'Spashus. Thing is expanded. But there, the Gilui is not the way it is in the Nekuda. The way it is in the, it's not as strong, but it's more developed. Okay, so this is the way he jumps from the Nimshal to the Nimshal. So right now, talking back to the Nimshal, what is that? The Eitzah means the process, the advice, how to do it. The Yud Kev of Mike, what? That's the Eitzah. The Eitzah is the proper device and method how to do it. So these four stages exist in Nefesh means in Avodah. In Avodah Hashem, we also have these four stages. Yud, the level of Yud in Nefesh and Avodah Hashem, that's the beetle. That's called Tzimtzum, is beetle. But he's nullifying himself. He's not expanding. He's in a state of fakvetch. Beetle, the A is the next step. This point is both sense of the contemplation and understanding. This So to avoid in these four stages, and his binders and midas and that's how we mamshech shem avai.
Again, maybe you're saying it in that.
Okay, yeah, what? No, what?
He's saying over here that even in the Makabel, the mirrored process.
You think
yes. You can say that. You have to be in what is the yod? What's the opposite? Is bittul, right?
Yeah.
And then what's the hay? What? Yeah. What's the hay is spinning. In other words, you have to go into the details.
Right.
The minute you go into the details, you can't be in bittul anymore. You're already dealing with the concept.
Yeah, but you say Nefesh Adam is the makabel. I'm not sure. Okay, maybe you have a point. But here it
Why is it giving you Nefesh Adam to what? Related to what?
To Tam Shachar Shem Havai. I think more. Okay, what he's saying is also true. But I think what is in our process here, he's trying to show is explaining how the Gan Eden in Gan Eden, right? The Amshach Havai in Gan Eden, and that's a result of our avodah. We just said the Slav Gan Eden comes from our avodah. So it shows how it's our actual avodah. Add that triggers in Lamaila these 4 stages. That's to our avodah. I think that's.
And then your avodah is not
I know, but 1 second. If you take, let's say if you use the example of Nekudas of a speech, right? We're talking how does bittul fit? Where's bittul fit? Bittul is the female, is the receiver aspect of that. In other words, if you have a speech, okay, and you don't write it down. You don't write it down on a blank piece of paper. You don't write it down on this paper. You're not going to have the nekudas.
You makabel. You want to say symptom is the first thing I'd understand, but it's not. Bittul. What's bittul?
That is bittul. That's the
reverse of makabel makes more sense, but I don't think bittul without bittul.
Because sometimes it says that bittul is the mirror image of tzimtzum. That's true. So, but to understand it better, in order for you to really get the nekuda, even not as a makabel, even a shpia, you have to be mavat. You have to forget about yourself, forget about the ego, in order to reach that point. Not only that, he says. Exactly. Okay, you're right. He's right that it fits more puzzle than the makabel, but even within the mashpia, he has to be in a state of bittul. Okay.
But the Hill Parach says, for example, in back to shiur,
right,
that if the best muscle for the Eibishter for stage tasha is the nefesh adam.
Of course,
right? Why? Because the Tzad Malachim explained it. It's the reverse. In other words, in other words, he gave us the same eitzah. In other words, we use the word eitzah.
Right.
The eitzah's process.
Right.
The way we live in the same process. We do. It's not by choice. It's not by choice. If you want to consume information, you have to be quiet.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay, but now what? Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
The point of this whole muscle was to tell you that what the Gan Eden, this platform,
right,
is what's the point of this eitzah muscle this Elisha
created in Gan Eden a situation that is a keli for this gilu Shem Havai, which is going to come through our avodah. Okay, but that's but the point now he's going next. The next step is to explain, but don't forget that what's Gan Eden? Eden is the lashon ma'adanim, which is tainuk, delights, pleasure. So that now he's going to explain how all this fits. It became a place of Eden. It is a place of Eden. It's a place of tainuk. So let's explain the tainuk. The ina tainuk. Tainug itself is above Shem Havai. Because the source of all this is above Shem Havai. As the Sanak Alavai. So the pasuk says in the Shai about as the Sanak Alavai, the Tainug is above Havai. Above Seichel. Like it's slabs as a Tainug b'Chochma. But where is the Tainug express itself? The first expression is the Madreg of Chochma. Yud Shem Havai. That we have the famous marshal Sidus always brings. Somebody invents something, a new idea, a new insight, or you understand something they understand till now. What happens? So that brings them pleasure, which means that Eineg is expressed in Chachma and Bina. Sheina Chachma. But he says the Chachma itself, that's an interesting thing that sometimes, like I think in this Sefer Guf, in the beginning of Sefer, it said that Chachma and Einig is one thing. But here in this Maimer, it says Eina Chachma. The Chachma itself is not the Einig. Can't think that the Chachma itself is the Einig because if the person who invented, he has a certain level of pleasure, but the person who is telling it to, his level of pleasure is not as high. Interesting. Even within yourself, when you invented, you feel a great deal of pleasure. But later, when it gets older, when it gets when it was already something of yesterday, the pleasure is not as strong. If the chachma itself, if that intellectual insight was itself pleasure, then everybody should experience it equally and all the time. So what is what's no, what's tainug really is above say. Actually, it's slabish b'chachma.
But
So how's that answer?
the Chedesh should be really speaking about the Tainuk
What?
over here of the actual thing getting done, the machshav d'ibra ma'isa, the actual ma'isa, because the whole union of getting Gan Eden is after actually the whole thing is happening, the whole process happens. And like he's giving an example of Chachma, it's just the beginning of the process. He's showing me that over there, it's true that that's where the timing is happening. It's not from the Chachma, it's from the Tainuk.
Yeah.
So he's saying he's giving a mashal how come it's not the Chachma. He's proving that it's not the Chachma that's giving the Tainuk, yeah?
Right.
But in the whole Indian, he's trying to explain over here how the Eden is working, is when you get anything in Gan Eden, it's only when you're going through all the whole process. There is the mashal over here. Again, he's making a distinction between the Chachma and Tainuk.
Right.
Who owns the credit for the Tainuk, right? It's coming from a higher source,
Right?
It's not coming from the Eitzah, from the process. It's not. It's higher from that. That's why he's later going to say Shem, the higher Shem Raya. It's tzibur.
So what are you trying to say?
So I was saying, over here, he should explain to us.
Yeah.
The whole process that the person finishes speaks about also finishes the building. When does he get the biggest time? When he sees the whole thing finished.
Then I talking about a different point here. But
right, because that's what he's trying to say over here. That's where Eden is. Eden is only after everything.
Really?
No, unless he's trying to say that right now it's happening now.
At this point, I think it is. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But I think at this point, this is happening now. But my question is, okay. But I hear your point. Now, I'm not sure that's what he's saying here. Now, but I'm not there yet. What I'm trying to understand.
Why is he stuck in Chachma now?
It's not just Chachma. It's going to go further. But my shaila is a different shaila. He asked the question: if the Tainuk is the Chachma itself, should always experience it. No. What happens if you answer? If the answer is no, it's not. It's only Melubush Batanik. So then, why is it only the beginning? Why is that? Why is it on the beginning? Yeah, why is it on the beginning?
Because
why is it?
Came.
So
it's new.
So that is not so that if it's Zava Chodesh, so what was the question? Yeah, the question
Right.
Why?
Why? Because it's not Chachma. It's not Chachma itself.
No.
If it was Chachma itself, it's always going to be there.
No. And the Tainug?
The Tainug is not there the whole time.
Why not? That's the question. Why is
it? Because now it expressed itself. The Tainug is a different experience. Experience is that it wasn't there before a joke. When a guy gets a joke, right?
Yeah.
Some guys get it late, but I'm saying when a guy gets the joke, right? You know the joke. The guy got the joke in middle of mincha. Why you start laughing? Because yesterday he heard the joke. But the nakuda is when the joke happens, then in English you say, what do you say in English? What's the words in English? I got the joke.
Yeah.
What did you get? The new seichel, the chiddush that just came, and that's why you're laughing.
It's not fine.
Okay.
If somebody understands a story, a story is a joke.
Okay.
Every single detail of the story, but it doesn't get the punchline. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he get anything? No. He heard a lot of piece of information, but he didn't get anything. When does he laugh? He only laughs when he actually gets it. What does it mean, get it? Now, by him, the chiddush of this thing flipping, that's the funny part. If he heard it again, by the way, it's not as funny anymore.
Oh, okay. It's not, that's a different point. That's Tainuk to me, they ain't a Tainuk. That's a different reason why it doesn't the second time is not going to.
Because it's not the joke that's making it funny, it's the chiddush of the joke, and that's the only time. That's time.
Okay, good. Okay, what you're saying is also true, but we're trying to understand. So why is Tainuk something that stops right away? Because they say that maybe the point is that the Chachma, the minute it's already Melubash and Chachma, at that point it loses it. only in the time of the process when it jumps from Tainug to Chachma, that's when you have the Tainug.
Right.
Later, it's Chachma already. So the minute of maybe
because of the finish. You have
what?
the tunnel because of
What?
then you have the
Yeah. Okay.
of
Yeah. No. But Vegas in this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Machlekes Tanoim. All right, good. Elo, okay, so again, Elo Shatainig Lamayim B'Chachma B'Seichel, like Shemislabish B'Chachma, B'Etzem Hatainig B'Seichel B'Chachma, B'Seichel Hatainig B'Seichel B'Seichel. So now he already goes to the next step. So so what do we say? Okay, the point that we brought out here is that the Tainug is something which is above Chachma and it's mislabish in Chachma. So we made the same thing Shem Havai. We say Shem Havai. What is Shem Havai? Shem Havai is really a gil of something which is above it. And when the creation when Chachma happens, that's it's a transfer of something which is above Chachma and a Tainug in Chachma. And that
Shem Havai is a transformer of a higher energy.
Exactly.
Into a process that's possible.
Right.
That's Shem Havai is.
Yeah. That's my time. It's gal. It's time. It's pas shaloi. Then there's the extra my time. There's gal. It's got pas shaloi. It's lavish. Bevina. To asoga. But asoga. I'm shagim midas. Kamoi chesh avet tanug. So there's avet tanug. That's the tanug with the way it is a midas. O kamoi kein nimsha machshavah de omamais. Similarly, also machshavah de omamais. Also there's amshachas at tanug to this same process. וכמו כן שחתיים מדרגה מדרגה עד שמאה בגן עדן. So that is all a mashal, how it works in Gan Eden. The Gan Eden, there's the Giloi, I think all this is a mashal. So we have the way the Likus is Nimshach Lamaila, and it reaches, and then it reaches Gan Eden. The Ika Tainuk, it goes back. The Ika Tainuk is a Chachma. The Ika Tainuk in Gan Eden Gufa is in the Madrig of Chachma, but then the Chachma Karvelach, Ketava Amayim. My Chachma is Karvelach, it's cold and wet like water. Mayim it's coming there. Einig, the Shema Misav Shatainik. The Alter Rebbe says in Tiny Perikala, Mayim it's Taivas Tanugim is said on Mayim. Mayim it's not coming in Tiny because Mayim represents the Indian of time. Yeah, because it's the time. Hey, now Yud to Shem Havai, Ika Shem Havai. This is why the Yud is the Ika of Shem Havai because that is really that's the first, the main process to which the Tiny is Nimshach. Neshabazeu Ika is Tapshas Tiny. So that's Tainug is Nimshah B'Gan Eden. Look, the truth is, there's one thing we still didn't resolve because we said in the previous page that there's the Gan Eden itself, and that's what we do to our avodah. Here it's all mashma. This is all what the Eibishter does. We're not really involved yet. It's all part of explaining things, the way things happen in Gan Eden. The Amshach of Shem Havai in Gan Eden, not without our involvement. So that's. Okay. That's what was in Gan Eden, which it costs b'yud niva elamaba. So that's what was it Chazal say b'yud niva elamaba, b'hei niva elamaba. But yud means the chachma elamaba here means Gan Eden. That yud, the yud of chachma, that is the source of the Tainug of elamaba. For the amshachah, there's a meir Tainug of Gan Eden. But how does it work? There is, it's interesting. But the Chazal say behei niva elamaba. But here it says that the yud in Gan Eden is to the next step, to the hey. So it's all, yeah. Oh, yeah, maybe you're right. So maybe because Gan Eden is Elam Abriya, that's the Amshach. So that's the creation. What the Mashkos of Va'ita Va'elakim Shnei Netia. Who? Why is the expression Va'ita? Why do we say that all this process is called Netia, planting? Shimei Shatam Gan Eden Shlim Shamadan Shabiyut Shnavayim become Obein Arechel of Klal. Stuck. Amshach of Shem Havai, but it's still bein ha'oich to the Tainug. Shazeh Tainug anivoid, because that level, that Tainug that we're talking about, the Tainug that the Nivoim can enjoy, can experience. Shebein ha'oich, we got Batainug Shem Chachma D'Atzilus. So the way the Tainug is in Elam Abriya, in Bina, in Elam Abriya, in Gan Eden, it's only a netia, it's only something which is planted there. So bein ha'oich we got Batainug Shem Chachma D'Atzilus. Chachma in Atzilus is Chachma v'loy b'Chachma idea, not a no knowledge, known type of Chachma. It's a higher, totally higher level of Chachma. That's why it's called netir. The mashal of netir, just like when we plant a tree and the tree grows, it's shalei be'er to the mazel that's shemimenu nitzvah, the mazel, the spiritual source in the higher worlds. That is this the tree gets its power from. The Gemara says the Eilacha Esel does not even a blade of grass that doesn't have a mazel milamilo, and a tree. Ina tapuach yesh b'mesichas gashmis. Now he brings in the mashal to explain that the yachas of the tainuk, the way it is not in chachma, Atzilus, the way it is a chachma debris, it's just like in the netir. Tapuach yesh b'mesichas gashmi. The apple that grows in the tree has gashmi is the material type of sweetness. But the cheich itam oichel itam, like the pasuk says that the cheich, the taste buds that tastes the food. Haim naima shemazikas azeh gam gam tzameach. Can we say that the koyach tzameach, the power that creates it, that also has the same sweetness? The kosh can be mazda ruchni. So the power that koyach tzameach is ba'oretz. Kosh can be mazda ruchni. We can't say she'ene berach l'klal. Can't say that the mystikus of the tapuach exists in the mazel. You can taste the tapuach, the mystikus of a mazel with the taste buds. It's shloi berach. What does the mystikus mean in the source, in the higher state? It's chesed. It's like good kindness. Kindness is connected to sweetness. And bitterness. Some vegetations are bitter. That comes from gvur. Hashem adreg suchnis. We stay there is starchless, but through the process of starchless of the descent. We descend one step to the other. What happens? Starchless is a mesikas agashmi. So eventually it turns into something which we can taste with our mouth, with our taste buds, the actual sweetness. But there's also a concept of sweetness in the most spiritual sense. In our world, come on, mesikas aseichel, and you have a svor sichnis, which is very geschmack, very sweet, and arev is bekel nigun, shemevel alev, and there is a geschmack in nigun. It's also a sweet nigun. What's interesting? What?
And the mesikas of a nigun express itself only when you actually sing it.
Yeah, but
it's just yeah. It's only when it's expressed.
But there's two parts. There's the hevel part. Hevel means you have to express, but the halev, it's something related to the heart, to the feelings. It's a feeling. The sweetness of a nigun, sweet feeling from a nigun. So the riba starts. There's a great, abundant levels of descent. You finally reach the mesikas agashmi, from the mazel aruchni to the mesikas agashmi. So that's a mashal. All this is using a mashal, but the pasuk says ashanota va'ita va'elikim. Why? It's similar when we talk about Taina Shogan Eden. Shumchnes ha'onek shebachachma. The source of that is, like we said earlier, the onek shebachachma, the onek of the onek that's malubish in the chachma sh'datzilus. Mishakasu v'nor yetzim ein lashon sagon, and then he brings another source for it. It's the pasuk says when they get to Gan Eden, v'nor yetzim ein, there's a river coming out, a river that's bina. The Eden of chachma, the Eden nor yetzim Eden is not of chachma. אבל הוא בערך לגבי מבחינת עינך שבחוכמה, כערך או בערך לגבי עינך שבחוכמה, כערך הנטייה לגבי המזל. So he says the yachas of the tainuk we have in the Gan Eden, in Olam HaBriya, the yachas of that to the chachma of Atzilus, the tainuk of the chachma is like just similar to the shalei. It says uberach means shalei berach. Shalei berach just rechanetil gabei mazal. That means when you compare it, when you measure it, it's shalei berach. It's to the mazal, similar to that. But still, there's still something there. Mashenke, it just summarizes what he said earlier. So he goes back and forth. On one hand, it's Shaloi Berach Takta the Chachma, but it still has some kind of einig that we get from that Madrig of Chachma Datzilus. Chachma and Chachma of Chachma idea. Yes, Shloima now he gives it a more stronger definition. Yes, Shloima, the Gan Eden be'etzem et Datzilus Shaviyah. Concept of Gan Eden earlier, he spoke about the Gan Eden that he spoke about it, the Ruchnius, Mochem Amuvdol, but now he gives it a different definition. What is Gan Eden in every level of Gan Eden? Gan Eden is that Atzilus Shebiyah. Earlier he gave it a different. Earlier he said Muvdul. Mochem Muvdul. What did he say? Kind of B'chol Ha'olamos. He said just like where was it? Just like the Gan Eden Sheba'aretz, moved the Mikos Ha'olam. So that's how I described it before. He gave it a general description. Mai gives it a more specific description. That Atzilus should be yad. The name is the Atzilus. It's Yadua that within Biyah, every element is called from the other elements. Biyah also says Atzilus within it. And Ganei not tachten Atzilus Shabasiya, Ganei Nel Atzilus Shababriya. So the Ganei of each world, that's the Atzilus Shaboy. Mele, what Pchinas Atzilus Kamaishi. I'm sorry. Pchinas Atzilus Shabaya, Gam Pchinas Atzilus. Mamish Kom Gam Pchinas Atzilus Atzilus. Just like we said earlier, when we get to the marshal of the Netia of the Mazel. That's taka a b'shach of the nesikas of the mazel, but it's shalei be'erach. The nesikas, the way it's in tapot, the nesikas of a mazel. Similar when you talking the language of atzilus and biyah, that atzilus shebiyah is shalei be'erach to the way atzilus is in elam atzilus guf. Again, b'chinas atzilus shebiyah, gam shebiyah atzilus mamish mikol magazeh bein arech gav b'chinas atzilus atzilus. B'chinas atzilus, when you say chutz atzilus bein arech gav b'chinas atzilus. The interesting here is the word mamish. All these type of descriptions, they describe something which it's yes and no. It's atzilus mamash, but it's shalei be'erach. That atzilus kameshu ba'atzilus atz. That is the point. So Yuvan is there. So to explain that, it takes it to a different place. It's atzilus be'achas to above atzilus, and similar will be the atzilus shebiyal gabe atzilus. Yuvan is there. Me atzilus guf. Atzilus itself also we have that situation. Shupchinas gilei elam der insaf hamatzil. Atzilus be'achas to der insaf hamatzil. Atzilus is the gilei elam. Really, the Atzilus is misgale. What is Atzilus? Elam Atzilus, the spheres of Atzilus, the Chabad Chagas the Atzilus. They're the gilei of the koyach haliki, which is not the matzil, the Eibush himself. He emanates into Atzilus what's in his state. But the way it's above Atzilus and Matzil, it's Behelim. It's Mizgala and Atzilus. Says, okay, do that. Okay, do that. Atzilus. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. Oh yeah. What was that?